It's your boy Hennythemoor reporting live from the liquor store, and we are choosing violence today. If you came in on this conversation, so hey man, we're gonna be rocking out. We're gonna be talking about, we talked about the Tex Coast offense, a little bit, not a whole lot. I ain't gonna say a little bit because we've been talking about this. Hold up, I hear myself. There it go. Yeah. My bad. I have my YouTube playing in the background. So yeah, we've been talking about the Tex Coast offense in depth for a couple of days now. Like I said, Dak Prescott done started some stuff. Everybody and their mama talk about Tex Coast and this, that, and the third. So whatever.
We had you dropping balls, Texas Coast, finna turn boys to Texas toast and stuff.
Yeah, man. I'll be mad and nefarious. I was drinking the Kool-Aid. I was drinking Kool-Aid and serving Kool-Aid. You can call me Jim Jones, not the rapper.
Absolutely.
So yeah, there are intricacies to this stuff, man. So we know that a West Coast offense is traditionally wide receiver driven, but we're going to talk about what part of these tight ends play in this role, man. I feel like they're being left out, and they might be a very intricate part of what the hell is going on with our future, man. So, real quick though, before we get into the logistics of all that good stuff, man, we got bills to pay, and we also got to acknowledge that my brother, landlord from Alabama, is in the building with us. He bought the trap and the nefariousness with him. So,
absolutely.
Hey, talk to him, my guy.
Without a doubt, you know what I'm saying? We in here about to cook up some of this drunk trapping with y'all on a Saturday, man. What's the most popping spots on a Saturday? It's the trap and it's the liquor store. You already know that, man. So we finna give y'all this good old Cowboys content like nobody else. You understand? Let's get it.
Indeed, my brother. Indeed, man. So, hey, let's give a couple of shout outs to the folks that always show love and support our channels, man. I see NFZ tapping in with me, part of the Wrench Gang. Salute to you. Q Ball, what's up with you, man? Thank you for tapping in and showing love to the liquor store. I see some more folks watching, but if you're watching from YouTube, I don't know who you is unless you hit the comment box, man. So I appreciate y'all for tapping in, though. But landlord, who's all over there with you right now, man?
Absolutely, man. Shout out to Big Flock 91 in the building, Miss Regina Green with the green, Brian Kite, Bruce got the Tyson Juice, and Mr. King G slid in at the last second, man. Make sure y'all hit that like and share for the squad. It will not charge a card on both channels if you would go. Make sure y'all support.
Indeed, man, indeed. And real quick, one more thing before we get into the meat and potatoes of this content. We are still running the Dallas Cowboy home game ticket giveaway. So if you send $10 either through the Cash App or you send $10 through super stickers or super chats, you will be entered for a chance to win Dallas Cowboy home game tickets to see the Cowboys completely obliterate the Philadelphia Eagles live in person. So there's going to be 3 separate prizes. First place winner is going to get a ticket with a seat to their home game. Second place winner is going to get a ticket for standing room and general admission. And third place winner is going to get either a PlayStation 4 or a Dallas Cowboy jersey of their choice. So, just tap in, show some love to the channel, the content, and, get you a chance to win some dope stuff, man.
Absolutely.
So, let's just go get into the content now, man, because that's what we all came here for. And I've been dying to do this too, man. My power went out earlier, so I didn't really know if I was going to get a chance to go live and talk football. But, now, that everything is settled, man, I want to really talk about this tight end position and what we can really expect, going forward, man, because we didn't hear a lot of good things from training camp from these tight ends, did we?
Nah, not too many good things, but like we said, this is the time where they gotta grow, where they gotta gel, where they gotta learn. But like the reports from the writers and the beat writers, we didn't hear anything good. But from the coaches, they were still talking pretty glowingly about these young men. You know what I'm saying? So don't make no mistake about that. They still was talking highly of Schoonmaker and Ferguson and Hendershot. They still was looking at them like they was improving players on this team.
Now, listen, they did talk very highly of them, but let's just go through the couple of reports before we talk about what to really expect, right? So to start, and it wasn't really bad. Like I think a lot of people are going to overblow it, but Jake Ferguson was not on the same page with Dak Prescott. At some point during the drills, he didn't turn and get open the way that Dak Prescott expected him to, so he had to go somewhere else with the ball, and pretty much Dak. He didn't cuss him out, You know what I'm saying? But he did talk very sternly to him about what he expected, what he needed to do,
He
and how.
sent him a stern email, right?
Yeah. He was he didn't get cussed out, but he did get scolded, about proper tight end play. And
Yeah.
then we did hear about Peyton Hendershot becoming an all-pro volleyball player in the back of the end zone when he bounced the ball to a defender. And we seen that live in person.
Don't just ease by that, man. You call this man an all pro volleyball player. That's not good, though.
Hey man, I'm just
Don't do
mentioning
that.
I'm just mentioning the fact, that my brother in this cowboy love thing, because we got love for Peyton Hendershot, but I'm just mentioning that young man, he got a good spike. He got a good spike on this game, man. He spiked the ball, and listen, God bless him. I definitely believe now. Our rookie corner feels very confident about himself. He got him an easy interception.
Scott over there lit
Yeah,
messing with
yeah,
Henderson.
yeah. Scott over there feel good about his life. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be all pro this year. I can feel it. Yeah, he
Yep.
out there talking crazy, telling his mama to pick out houses.
Yeah, all right. We gonna be with Mama. We made it.
Yeah.
Messing with Henderson.
And then your boy Schoonmaker. Well, I still don't know what a schoon is or how you make it, but he was limited in what he could do during the entire course of OTAs, because he has plantar fascia. He was in a boot at one point, so there was a lot of positive things for me to hear. So really, because of that report, I got to doing a little bit of research and digging, because one of these guys is gonna have to be your starting tight end this year. Like by crook or hook, one of these guys is gonna have to play a lot of football and be a primary target on this offense, allegedly, because Dalton Schultz is in Houston pulling foes. Ryan Swangers, he pulled up on Bun B. Like he living life over there in Houston, man. He at the booty clubs, he doing everything. So he's not gonna be a Dallas Cowboy. He's not coming back through that door. And you did get a lot of production. He did catch a lot of balls for you. So I was doing some research trying to see if we could project, just from Mike McCarthy's background with tight ends, what could possibly be expected in this Tex Coast offense. Even though it's a gumbo, he's still the play caller.
Yeah, they say schoonmaker is Dutch for cleaner or janitor. So clean maker. He makes stuff clean. So I hope he's gonna clean up the defensive lines for them open and running lanes for the running back. So hopefully that's what that means.
I mean, I could only pray and hope so. So
he can block. If he can't do nothing else, he can block.
And he can block, but I know everybody is excited about the new terminology. You hear Tex Coast and everybody go crazy. Like I said, like we said when we came on, we've been serving Kool-Aid, man. I feel like the Kool-Aid man. So but I just want to be realistic, into some of the things to expect and look at. So I did put together some numbers. We're gonna look at tight end one and how they fared with Mike McCarthy every single year that he was in Green Bay. There's a year excluded when he didn't call plays, and there's another year excluded when he didn't finish the season because he got fired. So let's just take a look at what tight end one did every single year while he was there. All right. So as y'all can see, I got this nice little graphic brought up in front of us. It says tight end one in Mike McCarthy's offense. Numbered at the top is the first year, 2006. That's his first season in Green Bay as the play caller. So he had a tight end. His leading tight end that year was a guy by the name of Bubba Frank. Just so you do not confuse him with Bubba Sparks. He's not a rapper. But Bubba allegedly. But he didn't. Tight end number one, his first year in Green Bay, did not really do too much. Bubba Frank had 53 targets on the year, 232 yards receiving, 0 touchdowns. So pretty ineffective as a whole. Yeah. So and remember, like, this is not a critique of the tight end room overall. This is a critique of the primary tight end. Right, so primary tight end in 2006, 53 targets, 232 yards, did not sniff the end zone. So when you compare that to, even mid-tier tight end production around the league right now, that's not good at all. Like, this is below average output from a tight end. But it gets a lot better, don't worry. It gets hold on now. Y'all can't see where I work at now. Hold on, I brought the wrong thing up. So,
Dun, dun, dun.
dun. All right. So 2007. All right. His primary tight end was Donald Lee, and he received 63 targets, a nice little uptick, 575 yards and 6 touchdowns.
That's better. You
I
know,
mean, it's better.
that's decent yardage as a tight end. Especially well, 63 targets. That ain't bad for 63 targets
It's
for a
not bad.
tight end. Honestly, that's
It's
that's
not.
pretty decent.
It's not bad. It's pretty decent. He scored 6 times.
That's pretty
Oh, now let me see. I got some numbers brought up for reference. So give me 2 seconds to get that pulled up. Because I wanted to see where in on the team that actually stack up. So let me go to the 2007 season real quick, and I'll let y'all know. Let me go. I gotta go back a couple because I was all the way on 2017. So let's see. So 2007. Okay, I got it pulled up for Green Bay in 2007. All right. So where did that stack up on his team? All right. So targets. All right. So that was fourth. That was fourth in targets on his team because Donald Driver led the team in targets at 122. Greg Jennings led the team with the second on the team with 84, and then wide receiver James Jones was third. So Donald Lee was the fourth option, in that offense.
So what you're saying is, in the first 2 years we just discussed, tight end was not really significant in Mike McCarthy's plans.
Yeah, because you got to think about it, man. There's 122 targets to Donald Driver, 84 targets to Greg Jennings, 80 targets to James Jones. So
But
there's
I
almost
think
300 targets.
I think it's important to point out that maybe the receiving end wasn't significant, but he probably used them in that inline blocking type scheme a lot though. You know what I'm saying? So not to say that tight end won't be important. That kind of was support him going out the schoolmaker, like in my opinion. Cause like I'm telling you, that's the conclusion that I came to. I feel like they value the inline blocking type tight end skill set more than just the receiving threat. Cause they like, we got receivers, bro. We need somebody to block. That what it looked like that Mike McCarthy and them was on to me. You know what I'm saying?
hmm And listen, I can definitely agree with you to that point because, like I said, I won't actually know, just by looking at the numbers, how effective or often they were used in the blocking scheme.
Mm-hmm.
That's something for tape. But just judging by the actual targets and offensive output, they weren't really the first couple of years. They were not really involved in the offense like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's move forward a year. The 2008 season, Donald Lee was still the primary tight end. He was the tight end with the most targets. And that's how I came up with this list. The tight end that had the most targets and yardage. That was who I would deem for as tight end one for the year, regardless of if that was true or not.
Priority one, yeah.
Yeah. So Donald Lee had 50 targets, 303 yards, and 5 touchdowns. In 2008.
Very minute.
Very minute. Now the touchdowns, that's fine. He was a red zone threat. I'll give you that. Donald Lee had 11 touchdowns over a 2-year period, but he was not this between the 20s playmaking, monster that people were trying to say Mike McCarthy had every single year.
It's crazy he did much better than Bubba Franks with less targets though, but
Yeah, and listen, Bubba Frank still hung around. He would end up being like the second or third tight end. But as you see, like if Donald Lee only had 303 yards, just imagine what Bubba Frank had those years.
yeah. Nothing.
All right. So let's compare that to the context of the team in totality. So we know that Donald Lee only had 50 targets. So where did the rest of those targets go? Let's look at 2008 real quick.
4 wide receiver looks.
More than
Greg
likely.
Jennings, what's the other guy? Jordan Nelson. Who else they had?
All right. So
Had a couple of receivers.
So again, Donald Lee was the fourth option. Greg Jennings got 140 targets. Donald Driver got 116 targets. Jordy Nelson got 54 targets.
Dang, that's the first year you saying, right? What year that is?
That is
2009.
This is 2008.
Oh, okay. I thought Jordan was a much more part of the offense. He must have just been effective,
Well,
unless they increased as the years go.
It probably increased as the years went on because Jordy Nelson was not the number one wide receiver when Donald Driver and Greg Jennings was there. Jordy Nelson was wide receiver number one in that period before Devontae Adams got on the team.
Yeah.
So and look, so and you really see because James Jones only ended up playing 10 games. He only had 30 targets. So you could make the argument if James Jones actually played all 16 games, then Donald Lee would have ended up being like the fifth option on the team.
Yeah.
All right. So let's move along to the very next year. Let's move on to the next year. Right, because we're just taking a look, at these different guys. So
Finley going crazy.
So Michael Finley came through the door and said he came through the door and said, "Give me mine. So Jermichael Finley got 72 targets, right? Big uptick. He got more than any of the other guys ever did. 676 yards, 5 touchdowns. Now that sounds like somebody that was actually a part of the offense. So let's double check that to make sure where he actually stood in the pecking order.
Shout out to the people sliding in late. Mr. Texas Bread Cowboy, Ricky Scott, and Barbecue with Nelly East. Shout out to y'all.
Indeed, and shout out to Regina Green coming in, my brother Brian Kite, Joe Tranchina, Michael H. Thank y'all for tapping in and showing love to the liquor store, man. We appreciate it. All right, so let's take a look real quick though. So 2009 season, where would he stack up amongst the other targets on that team? So let's take a look at the targets. All right, so Jermichael Finley actually was third on the team in targets. But there is a gap. Greg Jennings got 119 targets. Donald Driver got 113 targets. Then Jermichael Finley ended up with 72.
Okay, yeah, that's a big drop off. But hey, Jermichael Finley made his name.
Yeah, Jermichael Finley did good.
It make me want to say Michael Finley too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. From basketball. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember my boy. My boy, he was a Maverick at first.
He was going in too.
Man, I rock with that boy, man. So, hey, what's up with you, Eli? I see you sliding in, showing love, man. Thank you for tapping in, man. Hey, y'all make sure to hit that like and share button for me, man. Let everybody know the trap in the liquor store is open, man. Make sure you like and share on all platforms.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, so you can say Jermichael Finley was like that because he came in and went crazy. But
he got hurt in 2010.
Of course.
Because I was about to say, ain't no way he went from that to that.
So let's put this into context. This is why I said Mike McCarthy, was the most effective with the 4 wide receiver set. So, of course, this is the year 2010. They won the Super Bowl. That's why that's in bold. I put it in bold because this is the year that Mike McCarthy earned his right to be considered an elite coach.
Yes,
so
sir.
When Jermichael Finley went down, and they wanted Jermichael Finley to be a part of this team because of everything he did the year prior.
See, I gotta bring that back into full spectrum too. This is gonna be quick.
Go ahead.
That's when Mike McCarthy became a made man. I call him Mike Soprano. You know what I'm saying? That's when he became a made man when he got that Super Bowl.
Facts. Yeah, facts. Like, yeah, this is when he went through his ritual. You know what I'm saying? So, so on that team, Greg Jennings had 125 targets. James Jones had 87. Donald Driver had 85. Jordy Nelson had 64. The running back, Brandon Jackson, had 50. Then Andrew Corliss had 33.
Wait a minute. The running back had 50 targets?
The running back had 50 targets. Woo. So you see Mike McCarthy with the absence of an athletic playmaking tight end, he compensated by going more 3 and 4 wide receiver sets. He complimented by throwing having his quarterback throw to the running back, and you know what? That made him that made the tight end the 5th option. Hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the 6th. Matter of fact, so when Mike McCarthy won his championship, the tight end of the team was the 6th option in the passing game. 6th option in the passing game.
He didn't need him at all.
He didn't need him at all.
It's weird that because Mike McCarthy is an ex-tight end. Oh no, he must know the real. Like I don't need these guys for real. I just need you to block. Mike McCarthy, old school too. He probably that's what it is. I think we just got him. We understand him now. He's an
So
old school tight end, so he want his tight ends to do what?
block.
Block. That makes a lot of sense.
But hey, see, it went right back to this man going crazy. The moment he came back, he felt his pockets getting light. He like, hell no, nah, I got to get me a contract. So Jermichael Finley came back and got 92 targets,
Ooh,
767 yards, and 8 touchdowns. Went absolutely bonkers.
yeah.
And that's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot now. And you know, there was a lot back then in 2012.
92 targets is crazy. For a tight
92,
end.
92 targets for a tight end is
If
crazy.
you don't mind me asking, how many Schultz had last year?
Let me
Just for comparison.
for comparisons. Now, Schultz still had a lot of targets. Let me look.
Did he have 92 though?
I mean, he had 100 the year before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Dalton Schultz had over 100 the year before. But let me go see how many he had
did miss
last
a few
year.
games last year though.
Let's see. So yeah, last year, my even with his time, Dalton Schultz had 89 targets.
Oh, well, see, he was right there. This
Yeah.
is more of a passing league though. But
Much
yeah.
much more of a passing league. But you know, it's still to say, like when he had Jermichael Finley, he was willing to utilize him. So you know, like Michael Finley is like that. You can really say that Michael Finley was another damn receiver with his athletic skill set.
Yeah.
Because you know it was the same thing the very next year.
2012.
Yeah, but let me just see where he ranked 2011 in terms of this stuff. So 2011 on that team, where did Jermichael Finley rank in targets? He might have been number one. Oh, he was still third. He was still only third in targets somehow. Because
On a drive and Jennings, huh?
Greg Jennings was number one in targets. He had 101. Jordy Nelson, this is Jordy Nelson's breakout year. He had 96 targets and 1,263 yards and 15 receiving touchdowns. So Jordy Nelson went crazy this year. Then Jermichael Finley was third with 92 catches, 767 yards, and 8 touchdowns.
Yes, sir.
All
What's
right.
happening with your Clebo?
Yeah, shout out to Clebo and everybody else coming to the trap and the liquor store. Salute y'all. 2012, what would that nice production fit in here? He still had a bunch of targets this year
87
too.
targets, yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing.
2 touchdowns though.
Yeah, that was a little concerning. That's probably
Yeah.
why.
Out of 87 targets, you only got 2 touchdowns.
So Randall Cobb was the primary target this year. He had 104 targets, 954 yards, and 8 touchdowns. James Jones was the second in the pecking order. He had 98 targets and 14 touchdowns. I did not know James Jones had a season like that. Oh, Jermichael Finley.
McCarthy kept him some cold receivers.
He did, didn't
He kept him some cold receivers.
he? Yeah, Jermichael Finley, 87 targets, 667 yards, and like you said, only 2 receiving touchdowns. All right, so now that is over with, the Jermichael Finley era is gone. You don't see his name anywhere else on this list. Andrew Corliss is back. 53 targets, 312 yards, 2 touchdowns. Abysmal. Now we know 2014 is definitely a passing league. You know, this was the Dez Carter year. Matter of fact, they beat us in the playoffs.
That's the year and Devontae Adams got though.
Andrew Corliss, 46 targets, 323 yards, 3 touchdowns. Now, 2016, I didn't count 2015 because Matt McCarthy was not calling plays in 2015. So whatever that other dude did, don't care who his name is, I'm not putting that on Mike McCarthy's ledger.
Hold on, wait a minute. How many targets Devontae got in 2014?
Devontae, yeah, of course. Give me 2 seconds.
That's just interesting to see how he came through the gate.
No, I think it took him a little bit of time, but let me see.
Yeah, he ain't had number 446 yards.
So let's take a look at.
He had 400 plus yards his first 2 years, and we looking at him as the best receiver in the league these days. And look at CD first 2 years.
So Jordy Nelson went crazy again. He had 151 targets, 1,519 yards, 13 touchdowns. Randall Cobb had 127 targets, 91 receptions, 1,287 yards, and 12 touchdowns. Devontae Adams had 66 targets, 446 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Eddie Lacy was next with 55 targets.
My boy Eddie, my boy Big Eddie Lacy, man. That boy that was so crazy, man.
Man,
Hey, we used to call him Circle Button at Bama. That boy used to spin every time he get the ball. Every time. He was good in the league, but he just had a short career. He ate himself out the league, I think they
he,
said.
he did eat himself out the league because he was not in good game shape or anything like that. All right, then now finally Andrew Corliss with 46 targets. So again, tight end was not very hell. The tight ends this year, like the two best tight ends combined for 76 targets.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so let's move along to 2016 because that's the year where they broke Dak Prescott and them heart in the postseason.
Rookie Dak.
Yeah. So let's take a look at this. These hating. All right. So Devontae Adams, well, actually Jordy Nelson. Jordy Nelson led their team in targets. He had 152. Devontae Adams was second with 121. Randall Cobb was next with 84. Ty Montgomery was next with 56. And finally, we get to Jared Cook, who had 51 targets. Only 377 yards and only 1 touchdown.
Michael H had a good question. He said, let's look at their pass to run ratios. We might be able to do that next, right?
I believe we should be able to do that next because this is Pro Football Reference.
Might be able to find them numbers.
In fact, I do know that I
That'll
do know
be
the over. I do, yeah. In fact, I can find that because I got it all. I got it all right here. So let's see. So for that, yeah, because I got the team totals. You got the team totals in rushing attempts and got the team total in passing attempts. So yeah, we're good. We're good. We're good. We Gucci. All right, we Gucci. All right, so next, let's take a look at the very last one. Martellus Bennett is a name.
You might have heard of him before.
Yeah, I know, man. Like I heard that name from somewhere, man.
Did he get drafted? In what team he got drafted for?
I think it was the Cowboys. I know.
Might have been the Cowboys. Marty B.
Might have been the Cowboys.
Y'all know Marty B, don't you?
Had a beef with Jason Witten because he wasn't getting no playing time.
He called Witten out like, hey man, you ain't taking me under your wing.
It said Brian Kai said, I just want your opinion on short yardage and pass pro. We need to keep a tight end. We actually need to keep a fullback. If we don't have a true power back on this team, we need to keep a fullback. So yeah, that's my opinion on short yardage. Pass pro is up in the air right now. I would prefer this my offensive line be able to hold up without me having to depend on a running back or anybody else. But and then Martellus Bennett only had 38 targets and 233 yards, not a single touchdown. So what did that? So we got through this list. So this is the conclusion I came to, right? Just by looking at that, comparing it to what the hell else was going on that team. Right. When he had a good tight end, he did not mind getting them involved in the passing game. We seen that with Jermichael Finley. He had 72 targets, 92 targets, and 87 targets. So, when he had a viable tight end that could, do this inline stuff, playmaking over the middle, athletic, he didn't mind having that guy get targeted. But when he did not let that stop him, from being successful. Right, we seen that he was more than willing to switch over to 3 and 4 wide receiver sets. We seen how many targets his wide receivers got as a whole any damn way.
And we already knew that Mike McCarthy was a top 10 offense for how many years in a row?
9.
So don't play with him. He know how to adapt. He know what he's doing.
Yeah. So Mike McCarthy, and that's pretty much what I want to get us to understand. The involvement of the tight end this year is going to be squarely on them. They're going to be squarely on them and what they can show the coaching staff. If they show like, hey, man, I can go out here. I'm a playmaker. I can whoop-de-woo. They're going to get some targets.
I ain't going to lie. I got faith in all tight ends while my quarterback, Dak. I think Dak going to cook with a tight end, bro. That's just a given. Like, you'll have to be dropping everything because Dak going to hit you as a tight end. I believe that's pretty automatic for him. Like slot passes and tight end stuff, that stuff automatic for Dak. That's like he can do that with his eyes closed.
I mean, he can, but I believe from Mike McCarthy being an experienced coach and play caller, I think he's not going to leave it to chance either. I do believe that Dak can and will cook with a tight end, like you said, because he has a track record of doing it. He got what's that boy? But he got Blake Jarwin paid. People don't even be thinking about that.
Yep, yep.
That he got paid, and it was immediately after the league after he got hurt.
And his body just failed him after that.
Yeah, so he really got Dalton Schultz paid because like hell, that man wasn't finna get no. How much money did he play on that franchise tag for?
10 million,
Like 10 million. Yeah, he got that man $10 million guaranteed. Like he wasn't finna get tagged like that before Dak Prescott got a hold of him.
Sure.
So like, hey, Dak Prescott, if you a tight end, he gonna get you paid. So I do feel you with that, but at the same time, if there are question marks, if they're not too sure about him, Mike McCarthy is not going to let that hinder him from doing what he want to do offensively. He has a curveball.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but what are your thoughts in totality though, man? I want to hear you out in detail. And shout out to Roster X and David Sorrells for sliding in and showing love to the liquor store. Salute to y'all.
Shout out to y'all. Basically, like I said, man, I got confidence that my coach knows how to adapt as far as the way he want to do his offense. He sustained a level of success no matter what the tight end play was giving him. You know what I'm saying? So it looks like the tight end, like you said, the tight end play will come down to what they looking like, what they giving him. Is they showing up and showing out? Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't think that Mike McCarthy have to depend upon tight ends as much as Kellen Moore scheme did. I just don't see it. And like we said, even though he had some up and down years with the tight end production, he also always had some super dope receivers. You know what I'm saying? He made sure he had receivers and he used them a lot. He gave them plenty targets. So I'm loving that.
He definitely did. And to answer your question, Michael H., you said, what do we already know? The Kellen Moore part of the Texas offense heavily emphasized the tight end being very productive, but that was because of the option routes, because the tight ends were the ones primarily running the option routes every play. Now the portion of the offense we're keeping from Kellen Moore is probably going to be the digit system itself. I don't expect them to keep the option route concepts. So I think they'll keep the digit system. I think they'll keep that for versatility purposes because it's easier, than going through these big wordy plays of, like I said, like I gave an example, spider wide banana. Like if I didn't watch the coaching cap with Gruden, I wouldn't know what the hell that was. But I expect them to keep the digit system where you can just call out a number and the player knows the route, and you can switch out accordingly against what the defense is doing. Mm-hmm. But I don't expect the option routes and the tight ends getting this amount of targets, X, Y, Z, or whatever happening. But I do expect that's the part of Kellen Moore's system I expect to keep, though, Michael H., not the actual option routes or the tight end targets.
It's going to be super important that they learn that verbiage, though. The young wide receivers, that might be what give each other the edge in that wide receiver 4 competition we're going to talk about later.
Yeah, and we'll talk about that in spades in just a second, man. But let's take a light break real quick, man. I need everybody, in the trap and in the liquor store to stop what you're doing, hit that like button, hit that share button. I got about 20 folks over here in the liquor store, only 14 likes. So please run that like button up for us. Please hit the share button and please slap an Eagles fan, man, because if you slap the shit out of an Eagles fan, man, you will receive half off all the merchandise inside of the liquor store. All of it. And also, man, we're still running that raffle for the Dallas Cowboy ticket. If you want to enter, just either Cash App $Hennythemoor $10. It's $10 per entry, or you can hit the cash, or you can hit the super chat or the super stickers and send $10 that way to be entered into the raffle for the ticket. So salute to y'all.
Absolutely.
So yeah, so let's take a look though, man. You wanted to talk about dark horse wide receiver 4, and for terminology purposes, man, I'm gonna take this down because we already done looked at that.
Yeah.
So for terminology purposes, when you say a dark horse, you talk about a guy that surprised you in winning something, right? Because he's not a favorite. Yeah, underdog. He coming from behind and sneaking up and taking the victory. So he said, "Do y'all cash checks on the liquor store on Friday?" Hey man, we always receive funds, man. We always receive funds.
We take food stamps and everything over here in the trap.
Yeah, we take yamps. Hey, whatever you need, my brother. We got
We
it over here at the liquor store.
we accept all forms of currency except for credit. You know what I'm saying?
Indeed, indeed, indeed.
We ain't, it ain't no credit on no Friday in the trap. But yeah, man, dark horse meaning underdog. I got a dark horse number 4 wide receiver that'll make everybody mad, but it's possible. I just want y'all to know this.
All
Are
right,
you
so
ready?
go ahead. I know you finna say some bullshit.
Dark horse wide receiver 4 could be Dennis Houston, y'all. Oh my God. I wish I had the dun dun dun. Yes, it's possible. Y'all remember how high he was up the depth chart last year. Nah, you mean to tell me they kept him on, they released him, then they brought him back to the practice squad. Then now it's an open fight at wide receiver 4. Man, Dennis Houston got just as good of a chance as the other guys. He was already high on the depth chart.
Yeah, but listen, that was a old. That was an old scheme.
You think it was all Kelly?
I know for a fact that there was some Kellen Moore stuff because this man made the team because he knew how to run option routes. That man knew. That man
I
knew.
feel like that's what it was too.
That man knew how to run option routes, and you know that's one of the reasons. Dak Prescott did not say this man was explosive. He did not say he did not say that this man, was going crazy. He said he knows where to be. He knows.
He said he was always in the right spot.
Yes, and that sounds like a guy that runs option routes to me. Like he reads the defense and he runs the route according to what the defense is giving him. So I don't think that he really even fits what we do now.
Yeah, even at wide receiver 4,
especially at wide receiver 4. Because listen, if you're going to to any version of the West Coast offense, think about wide receivers that play in West Coast offenses. Tyreek Hill played in the West Coast. DeMarcus Robinson played in the West Coast. Jordan Nelson, Devontae Adams. Who else? James Jones, Greg Jennings. What's some more wide receivers that played in the West Coast style offense? DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett. What are those guys? They're explosive. They're good after the catch. They're elusive in the open field. That does not sound like Dennis Houston.
Yeah. Like you said, I just thought it was interesting, man. It's somebody that ain't nobody thinking about, and he can shock everybody.
Man, listen,
he's a threat. I say
he is a threat to our unemployment because he ain't finna have jobs soon. So if y'all won't listen, if y'all got an unemployment application in, hurry up and call him and get it pushed through because Dennis Houston making a lot of money right now. He gonna take all the little funds we got. So I need y'all to go ahead.
Sorry, landlord, that ain't happening. I don't want it to happen. I'm just telling you it's a threat. That's all.
Man,
I want Jalen Tolbert to be it.
Jalen Tolbert is it.
I want Tolbert to get folk.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you why Jalen Tolbert is it. Do you know they spent a 3rd round pick on this man?
Yeah. They spent the 4 on Simi, then. They
put the 5 on Simi. That's why
it was a 5th.
Yeah, that's the reason why Jalen Tolbert, besides him actually being better, that's the reason why, he's still, he's still ahead of him. They don't give up on draft picks. Listen, shout out to Kelvin Joseph for coming onto the show and showing us love. We know his struggles. And they have not released him, even with some of the stuff that happened outside of the field. All they did was find a different place to put him.
You supposed to say the friend of the show, Kelvin Joseph. You know what I'm
saying? You're right. Friend of the show, Kelvin Joseph. Friend of the show, Mr. Kelvin Joseph. And listen, so they don't give up on high round picks. They do reclamation. So they give you as many opportunities as they can to see if you pan out. And then listen, even if you're not a high pick and they like you, they might find you a different position like they did Isaac Alacorn. they made that man a defensive tackle.
And they talking highly about him too, man. I'm gonna call that we woo. Shout out to Boss.
Yeah, shout out to Boss. Yeah, shout out to Boss.
I don't care nothing about what Mike McCarthy saying on that one. Like, bro, I gotta see that. They talking like, oh, he's working, and man, I don't want to hear that. I ain't buying that.
Landlord from Alabama is a better defensive tackle than Isaac Alacorn.
Man, look, I drink Kool-Aid, but not that kind. I don't drink
Nah,
that kind right
then
now.
now that Kool-Aid is laced with the stuff that knocked the congregation out. So
Nah, I ain't
I
taking
know.
that one. No.
Yeah. Oh, hold on. He said still got that 90-man cut at the end of the game. I'm glad you brought that up. We're not even at 90 people yet. We were at 88 because the Dallas Cowboys released Tack McKinley. So, two people you would like to bring in, man. Like one for me is definitely Robbie Gold. So if Robbie Gold is a lock, who was the second person you want to bring in since we got two open roster spots?
You asking who would want to bring in?
Yeah, it could be any player.
I wouldn't mind Kareem Hunt, or either Dalvin Cook. I don't think so, but you said any player,
Any player.
and I think I'm pretty decent though. I ain't too aware of the free agency market right this second either, but I do know it's a couple of running backs I wouldn't mind bringing in.
Okay, so let me ask you: would you bring in Ezekiel Elliott, Kareem Hunt over Ezekiel Elliott, or would you go Zeke over Kareem Hunt?
It'll probably be safer to go Zeke because he know the offense. But for my money, I probably say give me Kareem. I'm just being real. I think he is.
No,
Yeah.
let me ask you: are you going Kareem because of his name or his production?
Because of his skill set. It ain't really the production. I know he's quicker. His feet are quicker right now. You know what I'm saying? I say that. And I just like the way he run. It ain't about what I seen last year. I just know his skill set. He got a nice skill set. That'll be, I think it'll work well with the team.
I think that boy washed.
You think Kareem does?
Look at his production the last 2 years.
He got off with what you call him, with the Chiefs then.
That was 2017.
Good grief.
That's the last time he had a good season. 2017, he had 1,327 yards, ain't sniffed 1,000 yards since. Last year, on 120.
Boys just had a good point. We should bring in the kicker too. That's what we need.
Yeah, that's why I said Robbie Gold. I already had Robbie Gold stamp.
Okay.
Yeah, like nah. Well, we listen. I'm ahead of the game, Kim folk. I already said he's the first name I said.
Yeah, we definitely need a kicker.
Yeah. So last year that boy had 123 attempts, 468 yards, 3 touchdowns. He also averaged under 4 yards an attempt, 3.8. So Ezekiel Elliott actually averaged more yards a carry than he did last year.
Okay. So
So that's why I said Kareem Hunt sounded good, but I be forgetting I'm old. You know what I'm saying? I be forgetting I'm old as dirt because this man really ain't did nothing the last couple of years. Year before that, I know he got hurt, but he only gave you 386 yards. Year before that, only 841. So and I know he was sharing carries too. Don't get me wrong, but he hasn't had the kind of production people are talking about.
That's fair. I probably say Zeke too though, man, because I know he can learn. He already know the offense and stuff too. So that'll be just plug and play.
I think that's plug and play. I do. And I wouldn't be opposed to getting somebody like Dalvin Cook. A lot of people will say he a Tony Pollard clone. So, they're like saying you don't want a machine to clone $100 bills. You know what I'm saying? If it's something good, you want to clone it.
Down there, I ain't gonna lie, I rock with Cooper Rush though. He said, "Do you think Cooper Rush can hold down quarterback 2 spot, or should we bring in some competition?" We should bring in competition anyway. But I'm comfortable with Cooper Rush though. Being honest, I'm comfortable with him. I've seen it. He deserved at least the backup spot. You know what I'm saying? He's won games. That's what you want from your backup. Somebody who gonna step right in and do what you need them to do.
Nah.
Even though you might have to change the way you play a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But long as he can win, long as he can hold you down for a few games, we know that. That's what I want from a backup. He could have a sexy game, but I want somebody who I know that can hold me down for a few games. And you can't take that from Cooper. You can't.
Yes, I can. Watch this. Nah, I ain't gonna do the kid.
You can't take it away from
I'm just meddling. I ain't gonna do. I ain't gonna do it.
We seen him do it.
I was just meddling, but yeah, listen. You could trust him. You could trust him. Not to I ain't gonna say that much either. You could trust him to run the play that's called.
You could trust him to manage the game. And
Can you though?
he screwed up one game.
He screwed up a lot of games. You remember?
Screwed up one game.
No, you remember that he tried to throw the game away against the against Washington. They just called the interceptions back.
Somebody last year?
Yes, last year that man threw like 2 interceptions. They called them both back.
We got lucky.
We got lucky as hell.
So it's gonna take some luck to get that 6, man. It's gonna take a little luck.
Yeah, for real. But nah, but listen.
Clebo said you got the trash button for Cooper Rush. Hey, but look though, man, the man can hold it down though. You know what I'm saying? Look, we might get a more explosive quarterback that can't win the game somehow. Like I at least know he can hold the ship in the road. Or whatever.
I'm gonna say this:
the car in the road, not the ship.
I'm gonna say this: he's not good enough where I don't consider bringing in somebody to compete with him.
Of course, I said bring in some competition, but I am comfortable with him though.
Are you though? You know that's
right now you desperate to go get a backup quarterback.
I'm always
now.
Yes, every
you ask
me, how you gonna tell me what I am? How you gonna tell me what I done made? Listen, do you remember in the off season I done made 30 videos about upgrading quarterback?
Okay, well, can I show for the call you out? What your content there saying you needed it? That's what I'm gonna say too.
On the page.
If you got content, then I can't say that.
Listen, it's the exact things we were talking about. You know, like he can do this, but you got to change the offense. I was talking about the entire off season. Drafting somebody where they can run the same style of offense as Dak Prescott. I wanted a play action mobile quarterback. You know
that would be ideal.
Hey, with some braids. You know what I'm saying? I need the blackest quarterback they can give me. I need them.
You need the Ravens situation.
Yeah, I need them.
The lesser Lamar Jackson over there.
They got that man cousin out there playing. That man little cousin. Don't let me tell you.
The great Walmart version of Lamar Jackson.
They ordered that man off of Wish. They ordered Lamar Jackson, and he just popped out the box when they.
Yeah, so I get that idea that you will want basically a lesser version of your starting quarterback. So all you got to do is just tone it down a little bit instead of totally revamp your whole offense just because you're the quarterback. But like I said, man, I ain't gonna cap though. I ain't losing no sleep because of Cooper Rush, my quarterback though. Like my backup, I ain't losing that. He did it. He showed me.
What he showed me is when my defense is playing out of its mind, they can win games when a quarterback can complete under 60% of their passes. That's what he showed me.
I'm out. This is what it was though. It wasn't about the defense playing out of his mind.
But it was
about. Listen, it was about the offense playing complementary. That's what allowed the defense to go crazy.
What's complementary? Hold on. Let me ask you a question.
Complementary is running the football. That's what we was doing with him.
Nah,
it ain't. Yeah, we was helping the defense.
My question is, what did Cooper Rush compliment? See what I mean?
Man, chill out, man. He complimented the team for helping us win.
He complimented them when he said thank you for carrying me this far.
Rest compliment. Man, how you gonna do that? That's an unfair question, right?
No, man. He complimented his wife, about how well she looked in that dress. He gave compliments to his teammates.
Colors that night.
Yeah, like he said thank y'all. He said thank you to Michael Parsons for thank you to Marcus Lawrence for scoring more touchdowns in this game than me. I appreciate you for carrying the load.
Yeah, man. I ain't, like I said, I don't know. I don't know if we could pull it off again. But what's so crazy, bro? We was winning against good teams too. We was being good teams.
We did, and it was not because of Cooper Rush. Maybe
lose because of them either.
Maybe I'm
the Eagles guy.
Maybe I'm spoiled. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm spoiled because all our other backup quarterbacks been hard. We went our backup quarterback at one point was Tony Romo. Then our next backup quarterback was Dak Prescott.
Yeah, but that whole tenure we had terrible quarterbacks. Well, Andy Dalton was the best backup we had because of Mike McCarthy though. Mike McCarthy came in his year one and got Andy Dalton as backup.
Mm-hmm.
He did that.
And listen, we almost, made the playoffs because of that move. You know, if our defense was not historically bad, you know, we might have did something. But you know, that's one of the reasons though. Like, even though I know Andy Dalton is not, you know, this, you know, was not this spectacular quarterback at that point in his career, you know, he was still at least a starting caliber quarterback. He probably was like the 27th or 25th quarterback in the league, but he was still a starting caliber quarterback. You know what I mean? So that's all I'm getting at. And listen, in a perfect world, it doesn't matter who my backup quarterback is. Like in a perfect world,
who would you prefer? We could do that before we wrap it up. Who would you prefer at quarterback? Like, what backup quarterback would you want to bring in over Cooper Rush?
Shit, let me look at my options real quick.
Everybody, it seems like you super low. So
I am
picking everybody over him.
Hold up, I am picking everybody over him, but I'm finna go
What
and look.
about
Carson Wentz.
Carson Wentz, man, we don't want no Wentz on this team. No,
He better Cooper Rush.
So, but he ain't coming over here. I don't want to see him in no silver and blue. No.
Hey, he been on every other NFC team. He gonna be a Giant after this.
he ain't watched that Eagle off on yet. No, he cannot come over here.
Y'all didn't say that about Jason Peters.
He was great though. He was great. It's a different. We give you a pass when you're great.
See, okay, NFL free agents. Let me see what these free agent quarterbacks looking like. Because you just gonna shoot Carson Wentz before he even get out the car.
Wentz will not be a Cowboy ever. No, I'm not taking that.
He probably won't, because they talk about him possibly going to the Raiders because you know Jimmy Garoppolo failed his physical.
What Jimmy been doing? Porn star Jimmy over here.
Man, he pulled something trying to be a porn star. What you mean?
Jimmy over here wilding out, man.
Jimmy wilding. He was wilding out with Zion. You know.
They need to get Jimmy off that West Coast, man. They got to get Jimmy off the West Coast. He been on the West Coast his whole time, bro.
All right. Okay. So there's not really a lot of. I want Bryce Perkins though, because we already worked him out.
Bryce Perkins.
He's a quarterback. He played quarterback for Virginia, and he was a backup quarterback for the Rams when they won their Super Bowl.
Micah A said Bridgewater. You mean Bridgewater, right? Teddy Bridgewater out there?
He's out there. Teddy Bridgewater is a free agent.
He was starting last year, winning.
No, he was in Miami. Remember? He was a backup. Okay. He started some games, but Teddy Bridgewater is also a guy that can't stay healthy. Because
I'll take Teddy though. I ain't gonna count.
I like Teddy.
He probably be the best one out though.
Yeah, if you can trust him to stay healthy.
Now he the Dak clone too.
He can't run no more, bro.
It's gonna be a lesser version.
Listen. if I'm going to get a backup quarterback, I know they ain't gonna be as good of a passer as Dak Prescott. But you know they ain't
be as good a runner either.
We can get some faster guys than Dak Prescott.
Yeah, you can do that, but you know, I'm talking about like he's gonna be your quarterback to a lesser degree, and that's who Teddy Bridgewater is. You know, I'll take him. No lie, I'll take Teddy Bridgewater right now. Swear to God, and be confident going into a game or two with Teddy.
See, I'll give you this. You know, I sleep a lot better at night with Teddy Bridgewater being the backup over Cooper Rush.
Yeah.
Like, listen, we all can agree Teddy Bridgewater is a better quarterback than
Teddy Bridgewater is much better than Cooper though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, we're good then. All right. So we came to a conclusion. We didn't have to fight about Carson Wentz. We can let Matt Ryan blow in the wind.
Bro, I don't never want to see Carson Wentz with silver and blue on with a star on his helmet ever in my life.
What about Nick Foles?
I ain't mad at Nick though.
So he the ultimate Eagle. He's the only one that won.
He won though.
He won.
He get a little pass.
Okay. So I'm finna say he's the most accomplished quarterback in Eagles history. I mean,
that's crazy.
I mean, he's the only Super Bowl MVP in Eagles history. So you know
that GOAT quarterback.
He the GOAT quarterback of the Eagles. I know people like, man, we had McNabb and we had Randall Cunningham, and they ain't win. Michael Vick don't count. He was there for a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
And they ain't win no playoff games. People be forgetting. Like Michael Vick ain't win no damn playoff games with them. Michael Vick retired with two career playoff wins.
Yeah.
He ain't win in Philadelphia. Y'all trash. Y'all had you had the superstar. You had the rock star. Michael Vick ain't win no playoff game, man.
Then they had Chip Kelly a couple of them years though.
Was it Chip Kelly?
I don't know. Chip Kelly was over there one of them big years. Cause that was the fastest 3-and-out ever. Them boys have the Eagles were running the fastest 3-and-outs ever in NFL history.
Now,
Them
hold
boys
on.
running to the line every play just to get 3-and-out.
Now, let me see. 2009. Who was the damn? Yeah, he played from 2009, 2013 for the Philadelphia Eagles. So I don't know. I don't know who the coach was at the time. Let's see.
I'm gonna have to use that clip. That was Clebo. ATM came with it then. Well, Nick Foles, y'all GOAT quarterback. Hush. Hush up, little dude.
Yeah, shout out to Nick Foles though, man. You know, he beat the GOAT, Tom Brady, in a shootout. You know, they scored like 1,000 points, didn't they?
Yeah. that Super Bowl was lit though.
That Super Bowl was lit.
It was lit. It was lit.
It was lit. You know, but hey, I just knew that Tom Brady was gonna do them boys in. He proved me wrong. So hey,
he had a great game, but his defense let him down that year.
Man, real talk. He threw for like 500 yards, right?
Oh yeah, he do got a statue. Ooh. Y'all so terrible over
Man.
there. Man, that's sad. And look, I was saying this. I wish I was making content back then. Cause I promise you, when I seen them do that statue, I said, bro, Carson Wentz is done. Ain't no way he gonna come in there every day walking past that statue. You know what I'm saying? Just thinking like it's just normal stuff. No, I knew it was over. Like that's too heavy. Psychologically, like he's not gonna be able to withstand that. No.
He already had character issues before then.
Yeah, they had people in there with shrines of Nick Foles. You don't remember they were talking about that? They said they had like his jersey posted up and candles and stuff. Like, bro, nah, you're done, Carson.
And then the very next year, Carson Wentz had them boys outside the playoffs and got hurt. Nick Foles came in, took them to the playoffs, won a playoff game, and he was a drop pass from what that boy name that they had got a free agency. Alshon Jeffrey.
Oh, okay.
He was a drop pass from him from going to the NFC Championship game. Because remember, Alshon Jeffrey dropped the ball and it got bounced to a Saints defender. That boy went to Chicago and won. Then he went to New Orleans. I'm gonna beat Drew Brees, man. Come on now. That boy was out there balling for them boys.
Clebo said them Philly Bama's will be in their feelings if you start saying that, landlord. Yeah, I'm gonna start saying that.
But it's the truth.
Man, Nick Foles, the GOAT quarterback in Philadelphia. I don't want to hear nothing else.
He is, and that boy had made a Pro Bowl his first time in Philly. Because people be forgetting Nick Foles, that was his second time being a Philadelphia Eagle. Because remember when he first got there, he went like 27 touchdowns to 2 interceptions.
Boy, balling out over there.
Yeah, made a Pro Bowl selection. So yeah, I remember that, man. But yeah, man, you know, I think we covered everything. I think I'm gonna give them some Q&A real quick, man. So we'll do some Q&A. And then we'll jump off the show, man. I like giving folks time to get their questions and stuff into the liquor store. And, you know, we'll make it very brief. So, you know, actually, I went ahead and put the shared chat up. So we should be able to see everybody's stuff popping up. My stuff might be down. Who knows? It usually pops on here. Oh, here we go. I see it. You see, I got it. All right. So, yeah, go ahead and put y'all questions in the chat box. We'll answer them.
Let's do it. DP says, okay. I ain't see what he said.
He said Malik. Oh, he said, what's good, JT? Hold on. Said that should have been the sign right there.
I guess he said it's time to go. Bruce got the ties. You said Texas Coast, Gulf Coast, or Third Coast. I think I like Third Coast.
I told them I couldn't do Third Coast because they got ties to Houston. I don't have to be tied to Houston. Man, them Houston boys, man. I'm let the Houston boys have that. You know what I'm saying? If they do something over there, with Bryce Young, Houston Texan, or is that CJ Stroud?
That's Stroud.
Yeah, so if CJ Stroud then come up with an offense, they can have the Third Coast. You know what I'm saying? Like let them have that. I don't want to be associated with anything Houston outside of the music.
So the Third Coast is Houston.
It's Houston.
Okay. Yeah, that's a little iffy.
And the Gulf Coast, And the Gulf Coast was Mike McCarthy old offense. They ran that in Green Bay, so you can't use that either. When Coop was here, we almost had 3,000-yard receivers. Y'all think we can do that this year with CD Cooks and Gallup? Yes, I do. I think it'll be. I don't think we'll get there, but I think it'll be very close. I for sure think CD and Brandon Cooks gonna go for 1,000.
I ain't gonna lie, I don't look at this receiving core as that much worse than the one we had with Coop now, with Brandon Cooks. I promise I don't. I don't look at us like that. I still say we was better with Coop now, with Coop, Gallup, and CD. I think that was a better wide receiver core, but I think the one with Brandon Cooks like right up under it. I think we finna go off, y'all. That's my opinion. I think we finna go off.
Shout out to Joe. He said, "Hey guys, thank you for going live on a Saturday night. I was very bored today because it's raining cats and dogs right now. So you guys made my day better. Hey, we tried, man. We appreciate you, man.
Listen, Joe, but it is not Saturday night, sir. I'm just playing. He in Italy, y'all. So it's Saturday night for him."
Let's see. My brother said, "Hold on." Said Tyron and Tyler locking down the left side. You guys, dogs. Just got here. Salute. Hey, so I do think
Savage. That's the hardest name on YouTube,
ain't it? But I definitely think they're going to all guys, man, because that's ensures that you have your best 5 offensive linemen on the field. We know that Tyron Smith is still a top 10 left tackle when he's available. Tyler Smith is athletic. He can get to the second level in this run block scheme. We'll move to a zone run blocking scheme as it is. So I definitely think that pairing going to pay dividends in not only the run game, but also in pass protection, because I think that the penalties and the sack yardage will decrease for Tyler Smith not having to be on the island. Because even though he was outstanding last year, he still had 13 penalties and he still gave up 6 sacks. So, now you'll just get the best from him. You'll get the power. You'll get his ability to maul people like a rabid dog that's foaming at the mouth. So I love it.
Yeah. If we can get a healthy steal, we'll have both combos on both sides. Like, which one will be better? That's interesting. What you think?
What you mean?
Steele and Zach on the right side, or Tyron and Tyler on the left side? Which combo would be better?
To the left.
Oh, you going with Tyron now?
I'm going with Tyron there, man. Listen.
Oh no.
Hey, Smith Incorporated, man. Smith Incorporated. Tyron Smith and Tyler Smith. They got the same.
Zach. Ooh.
Man, listen.
I'm thinking about the run game though. I'm thinking about the run game. Run game, I'm probably going Steele. I'm going Steele and Zach.
All right, if you're just talking the run game overall, then yeah. But you talk about, man, I don't know though. I don't know.
That's hard though.
It's hard. It's hard.
That's why we need Steele back healthy, bro. We might have a dominant line if we could get Steele back healthy, like in a timely fashion, and then Tyler Biotis then has elevated his play as of late. Like, man, our line could be gangster too now. No.
Tyler Biotis,
a little look.
That boy was top 10 in run block win rate among centers. So so he can definitely run block if he can't do nothing else. So I do agree with you.
That might be a good question. We might need to tweet that.
What?
You going right side of the line or left side of the line? We might have to say run block and then pass block.
All right, then
what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's gonna be nasty for sure on both sides. It definitely is, man. It's definitely gonna be crazy.
Sugar Daddy Wiz says Steele, Smith, and Smith for me. Okay. I don't know, bro. Zach Martin and Terrence Steele gangster though. Them boys gangster over there too.
Man, it's gangster. It's gangsters all the way around. It said run game to the right, pass game to the left, but overall dominant of Steele fully back. I almost started rapping.
I might get with him on that though, cause that run game, the run game got it. Steele and them got the run game. Steele and Zach, man, come on, bro. Them boys gonna. But we ain't really seen Tyler at guard like that though. I know he gonna be gangster. I'm telling you right now, Tyler Smith. Mm-hmm. Tyler Smith finna be a crazy guard. Watch what I tell you. He finna be bullying people.
That man a superior guard, man. Like
he finna be bullying people. He play like a guard already.
Man, people just don't understand how good that man is. Like they really just don't get it.
Matt Leslie says Smith and Smith the strong side. I don't know, bro. Like that's a good problem to have, though. That's a good problem to have.
Hmm. I
See,
agree with that.
this why I need my people to follow me on Twitter. We need to make this a big question. What side you going with?
Well,
Tyler Smith and Tyron Smith, the Smith and Smith brothers, or either Terrence Steele and Zach Martin.
my boy said the law office of Smith and Smith, boy.
Everybody said I thought picking violence. I thought you had to go to work. I'm off on Saturdays, sir.
The only day.
Only day I have off to myself.
And are you really off if you're putting in the work on this
And I'm
content?
still here in front of y'all, so I'm not even off. You know?
Like this is a job for me as well, because
still working.
Tyron Smith, natural position left out. Yeah, and that's the beautiful thing about that matchup, because I don't want Tyron Smith playing right tackle. I don't want him playing guard. I don't want him to get cute, put him at center. Like, put the man where he getting a gold jacket at.
Yeah, that's a great problem to have. I just really got way more bullish on this line. Just the thought of that. Cause like you remember what I've been saying since day one. Put Tyron Smith back at left tackle, bro.
Same.
Now that we done did that, I'm very excited about this line. No lie.
And because they did that, it makes me a little more understanding of why they didn't draft the offensive lineman very high. Yeah, because they brought in some guys that were projects and works in progress and things like that.
Michael A said, "I'm going both sides. Let the defense figure out which side."
He said, "Man, oh man, them Smith boys caving in that left side. It is straight crazy."
He ain't lying, cause them two strong humans over there too, though. Like, oh, you get Tyron Smith back playing like Tyron Smith, bro, in his real position with a young ox like Tyler Smith. Oh my God, that's gonna be crazy too.
He said, "How long I gotta watch each stream for it to count? I be making sure I support both of y'all boys, man. I have no earthly idea.
I have no idea either. Just as long as you go watch it, I think it'll show a few. Just go pop in, hit the like on both of them, and you did your job, man. We appreciate you, man.
Yeah, man. Just watch it for a couple of seconds, hit the like, hit the share button, and then we're good.
That's GOAT level, right?
GOAT level love, man. We appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
All right,
but man, I think that's an interesting topic. I might have to take to another platform. I might put a poll up on my page or something. I need to know.
Yeah, because that is a nice little trend.
How we gonna say who's the most gangster side? I don't know.
Hey, that'll work for the trap.
Trap right now.
Like, who the most gangster side, boy?
Already, man.
But yeah, man. Hey, we done been on here for 1 hour and 7, man. So let everybody know where to find you at, man. I'm finna go and unwind.
Already, man. I go by Landlord from Alabama with the same handle on all social media. I appreciate all the love and support. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like and share for the squad. It will not charge a card. We appreciate y'all, man. Let's get it.
Indeed. And Roster X said who running 9 times out of 10 is going to be Tony Pollard, man. Because Tony Pollard is the best running back that's currently on the team. Pro Bowl level player. Average over 5 yards a carry last year. Was superb in what he did. And also he's a threat in the passing game. Like, people don't really realize that he was like top 5 on this team in receiving yards. So, like, Tony Pollard is going to be a guy that's going to get a lot of play, a lot of touches. And, he don't really need a lot. Hey, shout out to VA for the donation. They got you 10 entries, bro, into the Dallas Cowboy ticket raffle, man. So salute to you, my guy. Thank you for the love and the support, my brother. We thank you, man. And if y'all,
you better show him some love.
Right here, my brother. That's Axe who running. This is my boy Roster X. So that's him leading the way right now. So he has 14 entries right now, if I'm not mistaken.
Shout out to you, sir.
Let me update your stuff right now, brother, because I do not want to forget that. There you go. Yeah, you got 14 entries now, my brother.
Yes, sir.
Salute. But yeah, man. But real quick, ask that last question for me. Like, what's your thoughts about Tony Pollard before we get out of here?
Shit, I'm high on Tony, man. I think Tony finna act a fool. And he's already showing that he's above schedule. And, I think it's good, man. I think Tony finna cut up on these boys. Especially either way. You can run either way behind this line now. With a healthy steal.
Right. And after you were super high on Tony, you said he probably better than Dalvin Cook. Did you not say that?
I mean, bro, I don't know why people want to diminish Tony so bad. I don't know why. Tony ain't did nothing but ball ever since he been here. He just ain't got the opportunities. Like
Man.
Tony is a premier back in this league. I don't know. I don't care what nobody say.
And I never said that he wasn't, but you know, like I'm just saying, like, damn, can Dalvin Cook get some love for 4 straight 1,100-yard seasons?
Yeah, but look, this all it is. I'm just high on my guy because I know what he can do. You know what I'm saying? And I been knew what he can do. That's on Kellen Moore not giving him the opportunities, bro. That's all it is.
I mean, listen, I understand that. I listen. Nobody's going to sit here and argue that he was put in a position to succeed when he came into the league. But let me answer this real quick. He said, "Will Deuce be the reason Rojo gets cut? Rojo will be the reason that he gets cut because he's horrible."
Ah man.
Listen, and sir, you might be new to the channel, but when you are a sorry player, we do not use nicknames for them in the liquor store. His mama named him Ronald. We will refer to him as Ronald because he do not play good enough to be called Rojo. And you put that together too close to say Rojo, and we know I don't even speak Spanish like that.
I don't know about all that, but the views of Hennythemoor do not reflect the views of Landlord Sports. You know
I'm just saying.
Necessarily reflect.
This man, listen. So he good enough to get a nickname, Landlord. What you trying to tell me?
I don't know the man that good.
No. Answer the question. Is he good enough to have a nickname?
Ron the McDonald. That's what we're gonna call it, like Joe said. We're gonna call him. That'll work out.
Yeah, because he's a clown. Nah, I ain't gonna talk about that man like that. That man probably
go pull up on you.
He gonna come on the show like I did last. He's talking crazy with the guy. Hey, let's go here. Hey, West Coast be coming out here, man. So you know the guy you said he wasn't shit. He gonna be on the show tomorrow. And he read all your tweets. Like, what do you mean?
He coming for you.
Like, oh man, y'all be setting me up for failure. All right, let's
going down, boy.
All right, man. Listen. No, Darnell, yeah. No, matter of fact, I know you is now. Thank you, man, for coming in. But yeah, Lando, I ain't gonna hold you hostage, man. I keep reading these chats. I'm gonna keep holding you hostage. Let's get out of here, man. God bless.